Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this lockdown inspiration, tips, talks, and upliftment with yoga teachers around the top of the South Island. I'm Nicky here in Marlborough at Yoga Marlborough, and I'm really lucky today to have Julie Stevens with me from Nelson. So sunny Nelson, it's almost as sunny as Blenheim. Yeah, some people say it's quite a sunny place as well. So Julie started her yoga journey more than 30 years ago, and after many years of traveling the world teaching, she decided to return back home, which is New Zealand. And she's been living in Nelson for the past 5 years, teaching over there. And Julie teaches weekly yoga classes. She teaches workshops. She has a wonderful teachers training program offered in Nelson as well. And you can find out more on Julie's website. I'm definitely going to share that for you. And actually follow Julie also on social media because she shares some of her travel photos and they're just incredible. It makes me want to go traveling again sometime soon, hopefully. So Julie, thank you so much for coming along and sharing some of your wisdom with us. And how's your lockdown going?
How's my lockdown going? Good question. Well, I have to say that the first lockdown was a little bit more of a novelty than the second one.
Yes.
But it's good, you know. I mean, it's always nice time to stop, to reflect, to sort of touch base again with where you're at in life and where you want to be going in life. I think that's this lockdown's given me a lot of that, and it's been a really nice time for me actually to just withdraw a little bit from Zoom sessions and student connections and things like that, just to have a break and focus on my own self-practice, meditation.
People have said to me too, they're feeling really drained by Zoom, like really zoomed out.
Yeah. I mean, and when you can't travel, I mean, traveling is a big part of my life, as you just mentioned as well, Nick. You know, if you can't travel, then you don't often get away, you know. So, for example, I would normally be doing retreats in Bali, you know, we'd do a trip to Asia for 3 weeks to a month each year. And that's sort of my balance. But in the last 2 years, it's been a lot more challenging because, you know, we haven't had that. Borders have been closed. And so our time away from teaching and working with people constantly has been very limited. So that's why this lockdown has been really good for me, just to withdraw, take a step back and just enjoy, you know, what's around me and my own practice.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really wise. And I really agree with you too. I think a lot of people have gone through a process of reevaluating their lives in the last year. I know I have, and it's not always been comfortable, but it's been really worthwhile. It's been amazing. I actually appreciate this interruption to business as usual, and things won't be the same again. And that's a good thing, you know, because, you know, we should be.
Well, it's made us change, isn't it? I mean, whether we like it or not, we have to be flexible enough to move with the change.
Exactly. And we never know what's coming tomorrow. And I mean, just look at that last lockdown. Literally, I found out 5 minutes before the alarm went out, you know, and it was that quick. And we don't know, the next minute, anything can happen. So it's really important. That's what I think would be great with this series, is it's going to share with people a few ideas and tools that they can use to really help themselves be more resilient, to ground themselves, to bring themselves back to the present moment. Because that's really the only one we can really manage.
Yeah, that's right. That's all we have right now. So, and level 3, you can pop down and at least get a takeaway coffee or something. Treat yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to check out the post office and see if I can send some parcels off. I've had them sitting here for a while, so hopefully that's possible. But
okay. Is the post office open?
I actually don't know, but there might be some kind of click and collect. I'm not really sure. I'm going to check it out today.
Probably.
Yeah. But Julie, did you have something maybe that you could share from your, you know, experiences and things that might be helpful for people during this period?
Yep, absolutely. So basically what I'm going to do is for the next 10 minutes or so, I'll just give you a quick practice that you can do. So if you are spending a lot of time on Zoom or sitting, you know, you find that you're not getting out much, then this is a nice little practice, easy And it's just a really nice opportunity, again, to get on your mat, connect to the body, the breath, and to the moment. And if you can, if you've got a space in your house, it's a really good idea to just lay your mat out. If you've got a yoga mat, just to lay it out and just to leave it in a space, preferably a space where people aren't going to be walking all over it, or dogs and cats aren't going to be lying all over it, but just a nice quiet space. Leave the mat out, and then every time you say open the door and see your yoga mat there, or you might step over your yoga mat 1,000 times before you actually get on it. But if it's there,
to remind you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it works. You might just get on the yoga mat and lie there, and that's fine. That's the first step. So it's a good idea just to lay it out, because when you see it, it'll be constantly reminding you to get on it. So if you walk past it one day and you've got a really tight neck or shoulders, you might just get on it and do a couple of simple stretches, and that's it. But it's better than nothing. So
I think that's great advice. Yeah, very good idea. Yeah. Okay. Well, so I'll hand it over to you to take us through a little practice.
All right.
Thanks,
so get your yoga mat out if you haven't already. And if you do have blocks, then just have a couple of blocks. You might use them, you might not. They're not necessary. And also a strap as well. Just have it handy. Okay, so first of all, and also if you want to play music, that's really nice. Usually I have music. I didn't put it on because I didn't want it to interrupt with the microphone. So I haven't put any music on, but it's really nice just to put some nice relaxing music on, just to calm you down a little bit, to relax a little bit more. Okay, so let's come into a kneeling position. Now, if you are not comfortable kneeling, you can always sit cross-legged on the buttocks. And if you like, you can take a cushion. This is a big one, but you can get a small one and just place it in between your buttocks and your heels, just so you can sit up nice and straight. Okay. So kneeling, toes pointing away. So let's just interlace the fingers. So when we practice yoga as well, it's all about the breath. So we always begin automatically to bring in our ujjayi breath. So we're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And you're breathing into your belly as well. So let's bring the palms together, just connecting yin and yang, bringing balance to our bodies, minds, lives. And then on the next inhalation, through the nose, we're going to interlace the fingers and reach the arms up. So let's lift out of the waist, lifting up as high as you can. Bring the front ribs in, shoulders down. And then exhale, just lean off to the side. So your gaze can be slightly forwards. If you can go all the way over to the side, then you can. Take a few nice deep breaths here. Just getting a nice side stretch, making sure that there's nice space between the ribs. And then inhale, come back to center. And then exhale again, go to the side. So you might just go a little bit or all the way over. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Just checking in with your body, your torso, shoulders. Relaxed face, eyes, and breath. And then inhale through the nose, coming back. Now we're going to pop the ribs out a little bit. So we create a little bit of a back arch. Drishti, your focal point, is gently up. And then on the exhale, bring the palms together, tilt the pelvis, and really round through the spine. Chin down. Now inhale here, keep the hands at shoulder height and sit up straight, and focus on stretching out through the fingers. Nice, deep, full ujjayi breaths. And then reach the arms up, shoulders down, draw the front ribs in. And exhale, again, let's round through the spine, tilt the pelvis back, chin down, palms together. Turn the palms away, sitting up straight, pin the shoulder blades into the back, stretch out the fingers. And inhale up. And exhale, let's release the hands. So let's take the hands to the side on the fingertips and separate the knees just a little bit. So from here, now some people, I know it's more comfortable to And you can use books if you don't have blocks. So you can have your hands on blocks or books or on the floor. And I just want you to lift the hips up and stretch out through the hip flexors. Support your head so you're looking up. Engage your glutes. Get a nice stretch through the front of the body, shoulders as well. Great counter pose for sitting. And then exhale, come down. Or inhale, come down actually. On the exhale, let's lift up and squeeze the glutes again, stretching out the hip flexors. Shoulders, support your head. And down. Inhale. Exhale, through the nose, lift up. Squeeze. And down. Inhale. And let's do one more. Exhale. So you can do as many of these as you like. So you can lengthen this practice if you've got a little bit more time. And then come down. Good. Okay. So let's come on to the hands and knees now. Spread through the fingers. And first of all, we're going to take the left arm up. Just a gentle twist here. You may not go that far, and that's fine. Don't strain. And then on the exhale, we're going to take this left arm through, bringing the left shoulder onto the floor into a twist. And let's do it again. Inhale, reach up. So we'll do it 4 times. Exhale, take the arm through, twist. Inhale up. This is 3, big breath. Exhale, take the arm through. Inhale up. And one more, exhale. And let's come back onto hands and knees. So let's come into our downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So middle finger facing forwards, pushing into the base of the fingers. Let's roll the shoulders back. Drop the belly first. So just stretch out the tummy, cat and cow, before we come into downward dog. Round through the spine, chin to the chest. And now let's lean forwards into the shoulders. This is a really important part of the stretch. Pushing, actively pushing down through the hands, getting that chin towards the chest. Inhale, drop the belly. Shoulders back. Exhale, draw the belly button back, round through the spine, chin to the chest, lean forwards. Now let's tuck the toes under, bend the legs, and push back into downward dog. So the neck is relaxed, and we keep the legs bent at this stage just to stretch out the shoulders, pushing into the base of the fingers. And now let's walk the legs out on the spot. And shift the hips, so loosen up, relax the hip. Nice and loose through the legs, great for the hamstrings. Bend the legs again, push back, so take the stretch more into the shoulders. And walk the legs out on the spot. Now let's walk the feet forwards and hang in Uttanasana. So you can either hold on to your elbows here, or you can rest the hands on the floor, or if it's a bit strong through the back, then just rest the forearms on the thighs. So if you're hanging forwards, you can gently swing from side to side, just ragdoll, head completely relaxed. Stretching out. So if you can do this just a few times a day or as much as possible, this is going to make a huge difference for your hamstrings and your back health. Now let's bend the legs, so belly, chest on the thighs, interlace the fingers behind the back and stretch the arms over. So you can either keep the legs bent or straighten the legs. And then turn from one side to the other. So pulling back through each shoulder. Getting a nice opening through the chest, shoulder. Back to center, release the hands And let's come back into downward dog. And come to the knees. Okay, so now we do the other side. So I'm just going to turn around so you can see what we're doing. So we're going to take the right arm up. See how this side feels. And then take the right arm through into a twist. Inhale up. So remember, we're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Inhale, reach up, exhale. And one more, reach up, go as far as you can. And last time, twist. And let's come back onto all fours. Inhale, looking forwards and up. Exhale, round through the spine. So draw the belly button back to the chair, the spine. Lean forward slightly. And then inhale, look forwards and up. Tuck the toes under and take the buttocks to the ceiling. And just walk the legs out again. And come to the knees. Okay, so now we're going to stretch out the hamstrings a little bit. So let's bring this right foot forwards. So the foot's down here, and we're going to stretch out through the hip flexors. Now, if there's any pressure through that back knee, just place a blanket underneath to stretch out through the hip flexors. And now when we come back, we lift the toes up and we stretch out the hamstrings. And you can use blocks or books if you need a bit of extra height. So if you're a little bit more flexible, you can fold forwards. If it's a bit strong, then you'll stay up. And let's bend the leg again, stretch out the hip flexors. If you want to go stronger, you can tuck your toes under and take the back knee off the floor. And exhale, straighten the front leg. Okay, and let's do the other side. Bring the front foot back. And the other side. So let's first of all come into a bit of a lunge, targeting hip flexors. Back knee can be on the floor or tuck the back toes under and take the knee off the floor if you want to go stronger. And let's straighten or begin to straighten through the front leg. Either folding forwards or lengthening out through the crown of the head. Don't forget to breathe. Focus on your breathing, relaxing the body. Making that connection. And then bend the leg, hip flexors. And straighten the leg. And now let's bring this front foot back. And we'll just finish off in Baddha-Konasana. So cross your shin bones over, roll back over onto your buttocks, or take the feet out to the side. Now you can sit on a cushion if you'd like a little bit of extra height. So let's just open up the hips here. So soles of the feet together. This is always a nice one to do, just to, like I said, stretch out the hips, stretch out the back, and come into a nice forward fold. So we inhale. And then on the exhale, let's just slowly come forwards. When we come forwards, try and keep lifting out of the chest. So we don't want to be rounding through the spine. We want to lift up and come forwards. If your elbows reach the legs, you can just gently work into the legs, just working them down. Breathing in, lengthening again. And exhale, moving in. So you always want to be connecting to that natural, organic movement of the body and breath. So it's not completely static. Go a little bit further, breathing in and exhale. It's an enjoyable process. 2 more breaths. And 1 more, breathing in, lifting and lengthening, and exhale. Go as far as you can. And let's inhale, come up, bring the knees together. If you can balance, you can take the feet off the floor. If it's a little bit more challenging, then just keep the big toes connected, just resting, relax the back. And if you do have a little bit of spare time, you might even lie yourself back or do legs up the wall for a short Shavasana. Otherwise, back to work. Thanks for joining. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed that little practice. Hope it unwound you a little bit.
Right, Julie, that was, I did follow along. I don't think people can see me. I put you on the full screen for that, but I did follow along and enjoyed that. And thank you for reminding about keeping the breathing really going, yes, and keeping that awareness, yeah, of the breath. Because I think sometimes when people are doing postures and maybe not sure what they're doing, they're concentrating so much they forget to breathe.
And they don't, and if that's the case too, you know, if you're forgetting, if you're so caught up in your head and your mind's racing, you've got lots of things on and you move through a bit of a yoga practice, that you don't get the full benefits. You know, you leave the yoga practice as wound up as you came to the mat. So yeah, really important just to connect to the breath and the body.
Yeah, I loved that practice. I think that would be a great one to put in little intervals during the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was thinking too, well, how I teach as well is it's really important to be genuinely interested in what you're doing, because, and that goes with life as well. You know, if we're not interested in life, or how the quality of our life, or the quality of our practice, or the quality of our breath, then you're just getting half of it, half of the benefits.
That's really important to put it in that way, you know, like let's actually focus on what we're doing. Let's stop sleepwalking and be conscious and enjoy what we're doing and
explore, go on an internal adventure.
Yes. Yeah, it's fun in there. Scary sometimes, but fun as well. Okay, Julie, thank you so much today. I'm going to put your contact information for everyone watching. I hope everybody enjoyed that. And please, you know, if you didn't practice it now, go back and watch it again and practice it and keep doing it and give some feedback and reach out to me or Julie if you like any support or have any questions.
Thanks for making it happen, Nikki.
Thank you, Julie. Really, really appreciate your time and for sharing that so generously.
Welcome.
And we'll catch up again in person one day soon.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.